Hi everybody, welcome back to Organic Master Gardening here at 779. Now, what am I doing with these containers in front of me? Oh, there you go. There is a chitted potato. And here's another one. Say good morning. Now, what I've been doing is in all of these pots, some of which I started earlier, I put in about 4 inches of 1-year-old green waste compost, and then I've planted 2 of these seed potatoes into each. And what I'm doing now is I'm adding a layer of homemade compost to cover them. And then from there, the idea is, see how easy it is to use a pitchfork when you're moving your compost around. Such a great gadget to have. You can just pick it up and, okay, you drop a little bit, got some on the path, but overall it's not too bad. A little bit left in the wheelbarrow. So I'm just going to lift that up, pop it on top of this one, like so. And now, give that all a push down, make sure it's all okay, they're all covered, which they are. Now, what I want to do is cover these all over with another layer of green waste compost on the top, and leave myself around about 2 to 3 inches from the top of the pots. So I shall go and get that compost. You stay there until I come back. I won't be long. Have a cup of tea. Now you see, I said it wouldn't take very long. Well, actually, hope you enjoyed your tea. Now, regular viewers to the channel will know that I did a video a few weeks ago about chitting potatoes. Now, there is a debate as to whether or not you need to do it. Some say yes, and others say no. But I've seen potatoes growing in compost heaps where, you know, they were just thrown out with all the vegetable waste from your kitchen, and they've grown quite happily. I prefer to do mine, chip mine. As long as you're careful about how you say the word, should be fine. So, you know, who knows who's right and who's wrong? At the end of the day, you want potatoes. Now, in our first year of growing these things, we had a bit of an issue with pest, Colorado beetle. Now, before anybody kicks off like a few did beforehand, when I mentioned it in the chitting video, I'm in southern Hungary here. So if you're in the UK, you should not have an issue with the Colorado beetle. But basically, it's not a very nice thing to be having. And you, in the UK, if you did have it, you are required by law to report it to DEFRA. But it's a problem here. And so what I've done is, again, regular viewers will know that there's a video on the channel all about an organic pest control spray, like an insecticidal soap, and it will work very well against the Colorado beetle. Basically, the thing is, it lays its eggs in a very short period of time. The bugs hatch and they are eating through the leaves of the plant, and they'll decimate it very, very quickly. So for me, I have to keep an eye on it. So I have a number of advantages with deciding to grow these in pots. In my first year, I did do them directly into the ground, got the beetle, had a harvest, but it wasn't fantastic. Two reasons for the pots. First of all, if I get an infection on one or two of the plants, I can isolate them, treat it accordingly, and then bring it back into the area. Secondly, it's going to be good for me for storage, because what I can do with these is, as and when I need some potatoes, I'll just take one individual pot, tip it out into the wheelbarrow, get the spuds that are harvested from there, recycle the compost and use the potatoes, and carry on like that. So that's the theory. I hope it works. It's a lot less hassle, and also I'm not digging, which is key. So I'm getting a lot of benefits for doing it this way. And why am I doing it up against the wall? Well, because here we do have a problem with heat, and this is a northeast facing wall, and so what I'm looking at here is to be able to control the temperatures and allow them to go a little bit slower. So that's the idea behind my logic or theory. It should work. There's one other thing that we need to mention about planting potatoes, and whether you do them in a trench or we do them in this particular case, as you can see, these pots. And it's this phrase called earthing up. Now, if you're not familiar with that, basically, it's a technological term that means burying your spuds. So, and the reasoning behind that is what you don't want is you don't want the potatoes to be exposed to the light because they go green, and green potatoes are poisonous potatoes, which is obviously not what we want. So there's another difference of opinion, if you like, about earthing up, and some people say that as soon as you see the leaves forming, that you should bury them again. Well, if you look at the commercial growers, that doesn't happen. Unfortunately, they dig big trenches in their fields and then bury the potatoes, and that's it. And so they're only earthed once. Other people here that use this method of growing them in pots like I am, again, there's a difference there, and some people will put their chitty potatoes in the base of these pots and then cover them with a compost, and then that's it. And then when they're ready to be harvested, that's what they do. For me, I want to know that what I've done is working. So I want to see the signs of the leaves coming through, and as soon as I see that, then I will fill all these up to the top with more compost, and then I know I'm going to have a crop or a harvest. So there we are. I don't think there's much else to cover as far as we've covered pests, or that nasty Colorado beetle, and we've covered the theory of earthing up. And really, at the end of the day, I think it's down to personal preference. Well, there you go. They're all planted. It's mid-April, and the potatoes are in. It didn't take a lot of time to do that, a lot less time than having to dig a trench, which obviously I won't do because we're no dig here. And yeah, there's no reason why they shouldn't succeed. All I've got to do is make sure I keep an eye on the arrival of any beetles. Those beetles will also affect things like tomatoes and eggplants or aubergines, all part of the same family, the nightshade family. So yeah, it's really, really important. And like I say, if you haven't already seen it, have a look at the video I did about how to make the insecticidal spray that's organic. It's very effective. And so yeah, that's about all I've got for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. And in the meantime, you take care. I'll catch up with you very soon.